Officers Walt Berg and Richard Christopher are targeting speeders today.
The reason we're out here is because we've had a lot of complaints about speeders on this road, and that's what brought me here this morning.
Traffic is often mentioned as the most serious concern by citizens on the island. We're fortunate in that we live in a relatively safe community, and so a fair amount of our time when we're not dealing with other matters can be devoted to traffic enforcement. If there's a priority call, we're not going to be able to do traffic during that, but during the slower times, and we particularly make an effort during commute times to be out.
A priority call came over the radio about 30 minutes into our ride-along. It was a traffic collision and possible DUI. We arrived on scene, and the suspect driving this green vehicle had been placed under arrest for driving under the influence.
He's coming around here and he's overcorrected coming out of this turn. Now he's going into the oncoming lane and he overcorrects again. And there's a lot of arrests that come out of traffic enforcement because there's a lot of people out here driving with suspended driver's licenses. There's a lot of people out driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. There's a lot of people out here driving that have warrants out for their arrest.
The department doesn't have an officer assigned strictly to traffic duties. Instead, all 21 sworn officers of the force split their time between patrol duties and traffic enforcement.
You know what? You were driving a car recklessly, you were out in the road in front of traffic, and you weren't obeying my orders.
Typical moving violations like talking on a cell phone or texting while driving, or an equipment violation, those fines are $124.
Okay, reason I stopped you this afternoon is your speed. You're doing 48 in the 35 zone.
While speeding violations increase as the amount over the speed limit increases. Speeding fines within work zones and school zones can be doubled.
The real easy answer is if you don't want to get a ticket, don't speed. Make sure you wear a seatbelt, have insurance, that sort of thing. I think it's a balancing act like anything. Education is important as well as the enforcement. If somebody is going to respond to just the education aspect of it, and that's something that is kind of a case-by-case basis. You know, your more flagrant violations, generally a warning isn't going to work, isn't going to suffice. But I try to favor education over enforcement. You know, if you can get the same message conveyed to somebody without writing them a ticket, that's in everybody's best interest.
B.I.P.D. says they focus most of their traffic enforcement on certain areas of the island, including Miller, Cora, and high school roads.
When people see you stopping cars and writing tickets, it changes behavior, but it's typically short-lived. And then some of those areas you gotta go back out and work again after a while.